War is coming.
Okay, so this month we're finally getting Season 2 of Hazbin Hotel. So finally, everybody's favourite little demonic musical is back for another season. And I, for one, am extremely excited to be going back to the Hazbin Hotel. Especially considering that Hazbin Hotel seems to be doing Disney's whole shtick a lot better than Disney is currently. Seriously, this whole show looks and sounds far better than it has any right to be. And yes, I know I'm not alone when I say this, but the musical moments of this show have to be some of my favourite. There's a great understanding of what goes into making a good musical in this show. And really you can see that in just the massive pool of great musical talent that has also been brought into this production. And honestly, you can just see how much great effort has obviously been put into every part of this production, from the writing, all the way up to the singing and then the animation. And that's why, in preparation for Season 2, today I want to take some time to rank every song from the first season of Hazbin Hotel. And yes, later on, for those of you who are wondering, I will take a brief moment just to talk about something that we've already gotten to see for the next season. So let's not waste any more time and jump right into it. Okay. And kind of fittingly, the bottom spot on my list goes to It Starts With Sorry. Yep, so I apologise to anybody who likes this song, but it is not one of my favourites from this show. Really, the song is fine overall, it does what it has to do, but in comparison to a lot of the other songs on this list, it just doesn't hit quite the same way. And really, outside of a few minor moments at the end of the song, this really does feel like the most stage musical type musical song, which I'm not saying is a flaw or anything, but I will say it isn't just as grand or interesting as a lot of the other songs that we get in the future. Still, of course though, I will admit that this song does do what it needs to do and that everybody does sing it quite well. And really, that's all I feel like I can say about this song, so moving on. Welcome to Heaven. It's definitely a Welcome to Heaven song. It's just as visually interesting as I'd expect it to be. Charlie and Vaggie are arriving in heaven, so yeah? Okay, so from my tone, you can probably guess that this isn't another one of my favourite songs. Really, it's just not got an energy that I vibe with. Honestly, a lot of my favourite songs in this show have some sort of conflict going on, and really there's nothing like that here. Which personally kind of makes it a bit more difficult to actually get attached to the song. And personally, I don't feel like St. Peter is all that interesting of a character for this sort of song. Really, St. Peter only shows up here in the first season and then sings this song, and really he doesn't get all that much to do in terms of the story, which for me doesn't make him all that interesting of a singer to go along with. However, in saying that, his VA does give a stellar performance and does do far better than I possibly could. The song's really quite colourful and upbeat, but still just doesn't do a lot for me. Okay, so Whatever It Takes. This song is sung fantastically by Camilla Carbine's VA. Seriously, Daphne Rubin Vega belches out these lyrics fantastically and really does a great job with what she's been given. I just feel that really we don't get enough of Camilla's character before this song, which kind of makes it a little difficult to connect with her and the wider song just because we don't know the backstory of what's going on with Camilla and her family and the song. This is also a duet with the character of Zestial, and honestly, he doesn't get enough character development either. Seriously, I do love a good duet, and we'll get to that in the future, but really, it just doesn't work for me. However, all the Camilla fans can now rest assured knowing that the rest of Camilla's songs will only be ranked higher from here on. In terms of visuals and animation, Whatever It Takes, it's just kind of so-and-so for me, really. I mean, Camilla's just kind of walking around in her office and singing the song, which is fine, but it's just not the most visually interesting thing. Okay, so, a happy day in hell. It's a song with a title that sounds like it should be a lot more fun than it is, personally. Really, this is probably the closest Hazbin Hotel gets to a Disney-style I Want song, and really, in that regard, it's quite good. It's short, brief, and to the point. Seriously, everyone involved does a great job with what they've been given, and honestly, in that regard, everybody gets a good moment to shine just a little bit. The song is also upbeat, colourful, and just as energetic as something like this should be. And really, I do enjoy that it is just so short, just because of the fact that, honestly, something like this can get a lot of grating for me after just a little while. Not because I don't like the characters singing it or anything like that, but instead it just doesn't have the tone that I'm looking for. When it comes to the animation and the visuals, there's also a good juxtaposition between what's happening around Charlie and what she's singing about. And really, the visuals are just as fitting as they need to be for something like this. However, there are songs that we get later on that are far grander. And really, now I feel like I've said everything that I can say about A Happy Day in Hell, and I'm ready to move on. And now we're getting into the controversial picks. My next song is Poison. Okay, I'm going to make it very clear before I go any further. Poison is a great song. It's sung fantastically and the visuals are great. Seriously, Blake Roman pours his heart into every lyric, and the animators are pouring just as much blood, sweat and tears into every frame of this song. However, I do feel like there are more songs coming that are just a bit more fun, for a word. Also, it doesn't help that Angel Dust is the primary singer in this song, and really, we don't get all too many other characters in this song at all. But still, this song does do a really great job at just defining what Angel's relationship to his job and everything else is around him, and really, for that, it does really quite well. However, in doing that, it is kinda depressing. And yeah, when it comes to a character like Angel Dust, who wouldn't have thought that his character's story would be so depressing? So yeah, this song is sung fantastically and it looks brilliant, but really for me it's just kind of depressing, and that kind of makes it hard to get into over and over again. And really there are other songs out there that are a bit more grander and have a bit more fun that I enjoy just a bit better. Oh, and one last thing I want to talk about with Angel Dust and Poison is just the fact that I feel like Poison is really quite a poppy song. Now, I don't know if anybody's going to understand what I'm getting at here, but really, I feel like there's a good part of this song which really kind of matches a lot of the energy that you'd find in a lot of very popular sorts of pop song. Which isn't me knocking the song or anything, it's just something I noted and observed about the song. Okay, Respectless. Whew, I'm putting this one over Poison. Yes, I am. And I'm sure all the Angel Dust fans are getting really kind of annoyed at me, but yes, I'm putting this over Poison, just because I feel like this is the type of song that has a bit more fun. Really, we've got a good selection of characters here with this song, who all really know how to have a good bit of fun with what they're singing. Really, we've got Camilla Carbine, we've got Velvet, and we've got Zestjor. And all three of these characters, minus Zestjor a little bit, do have a really good backward and forth with one another. Seriously, this song does a great job at just defining these characters and also telling us the story of the wider world and what's going on. Whilst Velvet is also one of those characters who has that type of attitude which is just a bit more fun to watch and engage with. She really pokes and prods at both Zestjor and Camilla, and really, it's a lot of fun to watch. And really, I feel like I have so much fun with this song because I feel like the VAs are just having so much fun as well. And really, the only part of this song I wouldn't have too much to talk about would have to be the visual aspect of this song. Really, in this song, Camilla, Zestjor and Velvet just kind of go at each other, whilst everybody else sat around the table that they're dancing on just kind of sit there and just watch. Which really isn't the most interesting thing, however, when they do get to those final parts of the song just between Camilla and Velvet, I do feel like the song and everything else does just get everything that it needs to get across. Really, with a song that is just so character focused, I feel like the visuals for this song are just perfectly adequate for what they needed to be. So yeah, I like this song because it has a great backward and forth between the variety of different characters, and yeah, get prepared to hear that a lot. And with all that said, oh boy, it's time to move on to another controversial pick. Yep, that's right. My next pick is Loser Baby. And really, I think I should start off by saying that I am not a Husker Dusk fan. But please, don't be afraid that that will colour my opinion, because it most certainly won't. Really, Loser Baby is just another one of those songs that I don't come back to all that often. And for the longest time, I'm pretty sure I didn't know why. However, recently, I think I figured it out. Really, I just don't feel like Loser Baby has the sort of beat that I enjoy. Honestly, Loser Baby is kind of like Poison for me. It has some great visuals and it's sung really well, but really there's just something about it that doesn't click for me. And yeah, I've seen that a lot of the Husk Dusk fans have really had quite a lot of fun with this song, but really, when it comes to me, however, I'm not someone who gets into that sort of idea between those two characters, so really, in terms of that, for me, it doesn't have all that much to offer. However, irrespective of my opinions on those two characters, I can still also admit that this is a great duet. And yeah, I've already told people on this channel that Keith David is already just a blatant win whenever it comes to anything he's in, but still, him and Blake Roman do fantastic work as both Angel Dust and Husker. And really, these two are just so fantastic in this song because they pour so much emotion into every lyric. And really, the character development is what I enjoy so much about this song. Honestly, this song does so much to define a lot of Husker and Angel Dust's own characters that it's kind of impressive. And talking of impressive, we've got to move on. You Didn't Know is a great song. Seriously, for me this is just one of those great needle drop songs. And honestly, it just comes at a perfect point in the story. Okay, so Charlie and Vaggie are in heaven pleading their case, and then they get to this song. And really, what I love about this song is just the way that it gets the whole courtroom involved. And yeah, if you've seen the show then you of course know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure that for a lot of people this has to be one of their favourite songs. And yeah, it's the same for me, it's one of my favourite songs. And honestly, something that I find so hilarious about this song is just the fact that on Prime Video's YouTube channel, this song is sung pretty much normally, just how it is in the show, right up until Adam and Luke start singing, at which point every other word they sing is bleeped.
What are we even talking about? Some crack who up already. He blew his shot like the in his mouth. This discussion is senseless and petty.
And yeah, comedy aside over, this song is still pretty fantastic. Like I said, we got the whole courtroom involved in this song, and every VA is pouring their heart into every lyric. The animation is also pretty stellar, with the visuals being just as dark and very colourful and vibrant as they need to be, which I know is a hard juxtaposition to pull off, but hey, they found a way to do it. And yes, every character in this song gets a good moment to shine, but really for me, Adam and Luke have to be the two best characters in this song. Again, some of my favourite songs are the songs that have a good little bit of conflict going on. And Adam and Luke, they're perfect for this. They're just constantly poking and prodding, and it's fantastic to watch. And yeah, something that really helps that is just the fact that Adam is blatantly hilarious all the time. Really, one of the only things I didn't like about this song would just have to be the end of it, which of course is fine for what it is, but really is, to me, just kind of another liar reveal plot. And yeah, now we're going to go from one song with a kind of disappointing ending to another. Hell's Greatest Dad. It's a fantastic song and I love it. Right up until its ending. What more can I say about this song that hasn't already been said by just every other Hazbin Hotel fan online? Honestly, I don't think I can say anything that hasn't already been said, so instead I'm just going to say it again, but with my own voice. And really, I love this song just because Alistair and Lucifer going at each other in this song is hilarious. Seriously, I didn't think it would be so much fun to just see a short king go after a tall edgelord as well as they did, but honestly, it is so much more fun than I thought it would be. Jeremy Jordan and Amir Talai do fantastically with this song. Seriously, I feel like both of these two bring a mood and energy to this song that is just perfect for what the song is going for. The animation and visuals also fantastically support this song. And really, the energy that the VAs brought to this song is just amplified tenfold by the animation and all the hard work that's been put into it by the animators. Seriously, this song is colourful, it's energetic and it's upbeat, and you can just see how much effort has been poured into every frame. Honestly, this song actually kind of reminds me out of something like Disney's Aladdin. Seriously, the song almost gives me Friend Like Me vibes, where there's just so much energy to the song and just so much hard work in every frame that it's hard not to enjoy it. Still though, it does have that kind of disappointing ending. Really, I don't hate Mimsy or anything, but I do feel like she does just cut the song off at the knees. However, one thing that I will say about Mimsy though is that I do reckon that her VA has a fantastic voice. And really, with her voice being as great as it was in this song, I do really look forward to seeing her again in the future. That is, if we do see her again in the future, which I hope is true, because really, I feel like it would be a shame to not see her again when she has just got this great singing voice. And now, with that out of the way, let's jump straight to a song that does not have a disappointing ending at all. Stayed Gone is fantastic. Okay, now, for a lot of people I know that this might as well just be their number one pick, but honestly I feel like there is one song that's just a little bit better than it, and we'll get to that in a minute. Because really, for a moment I just want to slow down and talk about Stayed Gone, because of course, Stayed Gone is a fantastic song. Seriously, Vox is going straight for Alistair's throat, and Alistair couldn't give less of a shit. And honestly, it's fantastic to watch. Again, Amir Talai does a fantastic job as Alistair in this song. And of course, I think that Christian Ball is doing just as fantastically as Vox. Honestly, Christian is being just as energetic as a character like Vox would demand from his VA. And Amir Talai is giving just as fitting as a performance as well as Alistair. Honestly, these two do such a fantastic performance to really demonstrate the two characters' rivalry. And yes, of course, everything here is supported by fantastic animation and visuals. And really, I think that just by looking at it, you can see just how much fun the animators and storyboard artists must have had whilst putting this song together. The framing, the colours, and the movement of everything is just so fantastic that you can't not enjoy it. And honestly, it's not hard to see why every iteration of this song has millions of views on YouTube. If someone didn't like either of these two characters before this song, they ended up liking them afterwards. And that is what I think is fantastic. I love musicals that are really able to get you attached to a character. Really, Stayed Gone is just such a fun time, and I listen to it almost all the time. But still, with it being as good as it is, I do think that there is actually one song that is just a bit better than it. Hell is Forever. And really, I love this song. I think it's fantastic. And really, there's two reasons for this. Of course, at the beginning of the song, we get Charlie leading us in with a little bit of a happy day in hell before she's immediately cut off by Adam beginning Hell is Forever. And honestly, Adam and Lute are fantastic. I love them. They're two seriously messed up characters who are giving pure couple goals energy. And honestly, I just love how purely audacious Adam is as a character. And his whole mood and energy just really leads into the song so well. Alex Brightman does a fantastic job as Adam. He really brings a mood to this song that is kind of really fun to see, especially when he's put into contrast with a character like Charlie. And again, he's just so audacious with the way that he sings his lyrics. And he really kind of also just spits out so much venom as he sings. It's great. This song does so much for Adam, Lute, and Charlie's characters whilst also still developing the story around them. Honestly, I love how Adam just nonchalantly throws away Charlie's idea whilst then singing about how he's going to enjoy the next extermination. And then Lute is also just behind him the whole time, just right up beside him, just constantly supporting him as well. It's great. And yeah, I know there are some people out there right now shouting at the screen saying Lute doesn't get to sing all that much in this song. Well, she is in it, she does support Adam, especially in the visuals and animation, but of course she then also gets her own song that we'll talk about in a bit. And really, the way that she's implemented into the song, I still think it is worthy enough to say that she is actually a part of the song. And yeah, that's also something that I want to talk about briefly, because the animation for this song is fantastic. Of course, this song is found in the show's premiere, and really, this song is just as hype and perfect looking as a song like this needed to be for the premiere. Seriously, the animation is colourful, it's vibrant, and it's smooth. Seriously, this song does a fantastic job to demonstrate that it's just going to be a fantastically electrifying musical with fantastic animation. So yeah, Hell Is Forever has to be my favourite song out of Hazbin Hotel Season 1. But still, Season 1 is over, and Season 2 is coming. Of course, with it, we're going to get a variety of new songs, and one of them has even been released just a little bit early. Now, I'm not going to talk about it too much for anybody who hasn't seen it yet, because I don't want to spoil anything, but it has been released by Prime Video on their YouTube channel. And I just will say that I have seen it, and I think it is fantastic. Really, we got a lot of Adam and Lute in Season 1, but we didn't really get to see all that much of just Lute herself, and really, I love what they're doing with her in Season 2. And yeah, that's just me going off what I think Gravity is saying is going to happen with Lute in Season 2. But still, outside of the season as a whole, I think that Gravity is a fantastic song. It's energetic and it's rageful, and I love it. The animation and the visuals are great. It's vibrant, it's colourful, but you can also see just how much rage Lute has built up inside. Jessica Vox does outstanding as Lute, and really, I can't wait to see even more from her in Season 2. Really, this is just my opinion in my ranking video, so please, everybody, let me know in the comments section down below as to whether or not you're excited for Season 2. And be sure to let me know what you think of my ranking in the comments section down below. Until then, thank you all for watching. Please, don't forget to do all the YouTube stuff, like, subscribe and comment, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.